There's ballroom dancing, there's hip hop dancing, there's even break dancing at the Olympics this year, but did you know there is also ice dancing? Hello friends of the internet, I am so excited because tomorrow I'll be taking my very first official ice dance lesson. My name is Cathy and I'm a 25-year-old competitive figure skater living in New York. Technically and scientifically not actually my very first time doing ice dance. I tried one trial lesson 4 months ago when my partner was still here in New York. I also even made a video about it. You can check out that video here. I'll link it in the description down below. The only other time I tried to do ice dance was when I was a super beginner and I just started skating in college. My team back then was really quite small because collegiate was based on a point system. The more events you enroll in, the more likely that your team will be able to hopefully be able to go to nationals. So my teammates back then requested that I do a very beginner pattern dance to try to get our team a bit more points, and I competed in the pattern dance called Canasta Tango. It's one of the most basic pattern dances of all time, and let me tell you, I was awful at it. I didn't know what my teammates were thinking because at that point I'd probably been skating maybe 5 months in totality before they asked me to do this. If I didn't know how to skate, even just freestyle, I have no idea how they expected me to learn dance with a 2 weeks notice. So all that to say, I got last place in the pattern dance in collegiates and I never did ice dance again because I was traumatized. But I've always personally admired ice dance so much as a discipline because it is way harder than you think it is. The fact that the two people have to skate so closely together, maintain such good edge work and skating skills, and all in the meantime telling a beautiful, magical story is just insane to me. When I competed it in college, no one formally taught me yet. I had to kind of teach myself. My teammates helped me a little, but I'm really excited to take an official ice dance lesson tomorrow with a coach. Even though my partner is not here anymore, I'm hoping to actually do a pattern dance with a partner for the very first time, because the last time we were only able to do very basic stroking to get used to the Killian hold and the positions for ice dance, but we actually didn't get to explore any sort of patterns at all because that was a little bit too advanced. And the lesson I'm doing is with Joe Johnson, who's a former Team USA competitive ice dancer, share some of his knowledge and expertise. So tomorrow, I'm hopefully letting the Canasta Tango have a bit of a comeback. So we'll see how it goes. So I'll see you at the rink tomorrow morning. We're starting by reviewing the dance pattern or the steps. So just like any type of other dance like ballroom, we have different steps for different dances. I think I actually remember most of these steps despite my habit of having short-term memory loss, but I think I could use some help on the timing. Especially the steps to an end, which is a cross roll to the left and a swing roll to the right, is really difficult for me because you have to control the momentum of rotation and checking your hips both ways. Y'all are probably like, what the hell is Killian hold and what's with all these weird skating names? Literally, who thought to create the sow cow jump? Well, of course, this guy. If you watch my pairs video, you may have seen this already, but essentially in partnered skating, there are things called holds, which is essentially how the two partners hold each other in a secure way, so as they're doing all the crazy shit they do on the ice, they don't fall apart. Key factor of success, even I know that. Because I struggle with the last part, which is a cross roll immediately into a right swing roll, my coach is isolating the swing roll piece to help me understand the counterbalance and checking between the lower body and the upper body. Checks and balances applies to skating too, apparently.
There you go.
Thumb back.
I think elbow forward.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, why don't we try the pattern again?
Alright.
My coach pulled a hard and fast one on me. He told me this stance was actually in reverse Killian hold, which meant I had to do all the opposite of what I just learned on the other side. So normally I would be on the right side of him, but as you can see here, I'm on the left. And God, that feels weird as hell. I feel like every time I push, I'm going to drive my toe pick into his shins or something. Pretend you didn't see that ending. That was awful.
Toe pick scars. From like the knee down, don't worry about it. Use a slower 4 count for now, just to get used to it.
So now, time to try to count against real music. We used a slower pace song, so he picked a Lady Gaga, which I will never say no to Lady Gaga. It's definitely not a tango song, but in learning the steps, you can use any 4 count music you want. I also am glad because I hate the standard ice dance track music. It just literally blows my ears out and drives me insane.
You feel that how that kind of gets you following my track? Yeah, as opposed to like orbiting me that way.
I think on our second attempt here, I'm getting a bit more comfortable and we're getting a bit more speed and flow. I told my coach that it still feels very uncomfortable to skate next to someone. I feel like I'm trying so hard not to trip over him and also not to trip over myself. He's explaining here that for the cross rolls and progressives, the key is to slide your foot across in the smallest path and circle possible. You can't take a super long or wide path of crossing or else you might actually hit or trip your partner, which I'm trying to avoid doing at all costs.
Sometimes it can tend to like blur, okay, a little bit. I want you to think like, rotate this. It has to bring me along. You'll have if I'm pushing more from my left, it doesn't feel even if I'm pushing too much from my right until it's, if I push the same from both. And that doesn't have to be like a crazy amount of pressure. So I'll just give you like this much and you just get that back as opposed to locking. Yeah. Like release, I can move you back.
So like this part.
Yes.
So this part should stay on time.
So that you can either hold. Yeah, close hold is like waltz hold. So like, I want you to think your hand left palm will go like in like my delt, like in the tip of my shoulder. Turn your fingers to face my side. And then bend that elbow a little bit. There's fox strap, which is like the right here, that's good. Yeah. And then you know how like when everybody's like shaking a tango and they are quite the road? Very good.
So to summarize, here are the steps. 4 intro strokes, left, right, then 1 progressive, 1 chasse, swing roll left, stroke to the right, slip chasse, swing roll right, stroke left, slip chasse, progressive cross roll left to right swing roll, and repeat. Wow, that was a mouthful. Alright, that's a wrap for my very first official ice dance lesson by myself. I think I'm gonna make this into a series to bring you guys along in my different lessons so you can get an inside perspective of what training looks like for a figure skater. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will love you 3000. And let me know what you want to see from me next, and your next idea may just be the next video that I make. For more training vlogs I made in the past, watch these next videos that will pop up in 3, 2, 1.
Boy, your honey sickly sweet.